Let's start with our first news. Sean Strickland's coach responds to backlash about Alex Pereira. Recently, we learned that Sean Strickland's former foe-turned-buddy, Alex Pereira, will be in his corner when he battles Dricus du Plessis at UFC 312. While some fans are questioning that decision or even criticizing it, it seems clear that Strickland is sticking to his recent approach to MMA. Strickland's coach, Eric Nixick, spoke with MMA Fighting and discussed the scrutiny that Strickland's decision has received. The renowned coach explained he was going to be out there. It was just one of those things where we were looking at the corner, and I know he's going to be out there, and Johnny Eblen couldn't make it out. I was hoping to have him in the corner myself, and Danny Davis will be there. It was just a matter of convenience, and these are two guys that really trust one another. Nixick went on to clarify that Strickland's relationship with Pereira had been built on trust and mutual respect, highlighting that it was not a publicity stunt. Sean went out there to help him get ready for Kelowna Tri, and this is what people don't really understand. I see some people thinking it's like a publicity thing. It's more about the comfortability in your corner, and not only that, but what Alex is going to bring to the locker room. Sean warms up very hard. Sean basically fights in the back to get his eyes and his rhythm and his timing on point. Who better to be back there to help you warm up than Alex freaking Pereira, right? Like, that guy is going to help. When Strickland recently spoke with MMA Junkie, he also addressed Pereira's reaction to his request. He said, "He's down. He's a good dude, man. He's such a good dude. He has a tough fight coming up against Mohamed Madankaev, and if he needs me for that, I'll be out to help with him." So it kind of goes mutual. Strickland seems to really believe in Pereira's ability to help him prepare for his upcoming bout. Given their history and the trust they share, this move doesn't seem out of the question for Strickland. It will be interesting to see how this dynamic plays out during UFC 312. What do you think of Strickland asking Pereira to be in his corner? And do you think Pereira's presence will help Strickland reclaim the middleweight crown? Moving on to second news, Khabib's ex-bodyguard tragically killed on the streets of Melbourne. Sam the Punisher Abdul Rahim, who once provided security for Khabib Nurmagomedov, was shot and killed in the underground car park of Preston's Quest Hotel in Melbourne's northern suburbs around 10 a.m. last Tuesday. Rahim, 32 years old, had lived a life marked by violence and survival. He had survived countless violent attempts on his life, including 3 murder contracts, a prison attack, 3 assaults, a dozen firebombings, and 7 shootings. In one particularly harrowing incident, Rahim was shot 8 times, yet he narrowly escaped another barrage of bullets, showcasing his incredible toughness and resilience. His ability to survive such numerous and dangerous attacks speaks volumes about his character and strength. Despite living under constant threat, Rahim continued to work and provide security for Khabib Nurmagomedov, especially during Khabib's trip to Malaysia in late 2024. At that time, Rahim was one of Australia's most wanted men, but he remained dedicated to his role, ensuring the safety of one of the biggest names in combat sports. His actions and loyalty were not only a testament to his toughness, but also to his deep commitment to those he served. In addition to his role as a bodyguard, Rahim was also a skilled and dedicated boxer. His Instagram account was filled with training videos and highlights from his undefeated 8-0 professional boxing career. His passion for the sport was evident, and many saw him as a rising talent. His passing is not just a tragic loss for those who personally knew him, but also for the world of combat sports. Rahim was a man who lived through extraordinary circumstances, and his untimely death leaves a significant void. He will be remembered for his resilience, bravery, and his contributions both as a protector and an athlete. Moving on to other news, the MMA community is reacting to Dricus du Plessis' insane body transformation. The MMA world was left in shock when du Plessis shared a picture of himself posing with his teammates at the gym. He captioned it, "Ready to kill or be killed, week is finally here." Here's what the MMA world had to say about his transformation. Islam thinks he could take this guy out. Imagine, arms too heavy, I think you might get TKO, gee nothing like PEDs LOL. Jack, let's go champ. One fan even called out his teammate in the picture for allegedly using PEDs. Damn Hugo, what did you eat in South Africa? Another fan humorously added, I have a feeling that this time, the ill-mannered jab merchant will get a PKO so bad that he has the chin, and hoping that the common cold will finally finish him off before he ever has to step in the octagon with our boy Dricus by PKO. Let's go! Regardless of the speculation surrounding his physique, it's clear that Du Plessis is putting in some serious work to make his mark on the middleweight division. Moving on to Dana White on Conor McGregor's return. When asked about Conor McGregor's return to the octagon, White revealed that the news didn't look promising. In a recent interview, when asked, "Any news about Conor? Is he coming back soon?" White responded, "Yeah, I'm not sure when Conor will be back." This uncertainty has left fans wondering about McGregor's future in the UFC, especially given the long gap since his last fight. McGregor's return has been a topic of much speculation, and it seems the UFC is still unsure about when or if he will make his comeback. It's been a while since McGregor last fought, and fans are eager to see if he can still compete at the highest level. Only time will tell when the notorious Irishman will return to the octagon. Dana White also commented on a special fight being lined up for Islam Makhachev. When asked whether Makhachev's upcoming fight would take place in his usual weight class or a different one, White provided a cryptic response saying, "As soon as we announce it, you'll know." This brief but intriguing answer has only fueled speculation about what Makhachev's next move might be. Fans and analysts alike are left wondering whether Makhachev, the reigning UFC lightweight champion, will stay within his division or step outside of it to take on a new challenge. MMA journalist Ruben Carter later reported that Makhachev is being lined up for a potential fight against Topuria at UFC 316, assuming the fight can be made. A clash between Makhachev and Topuria would be massive for both fighters and the UFC as a whole. Makhachev has dominated the lightweight division, showcasing his skill in both striking and grappling. However, he's been vocal about wanting to test himself against bigger opponents, with the goal of challenging himself outside of the lightweight division. On the other hand, Topuria has been making waves in the featherweight division with his impressive performances and his relentless style. He has emerged as one of the most exciting young fighters in the sport, and a matchup with Makhachev would raise the stakes for both fighters. This potential fight would be a thrilling test for both Makhachev and Topuria. If the fight happens, it would certainly generate a lot of buzz and anticipation in the MMA world. Fans are eager to see if Makhachev can overcome a larger opponent like Topuria, or if the rising star can pull off an upset. The outcome of such a bout could have major implications for the future of both the lightweight and featherweight divisions. Who do you have winning it, Makhachev or Topuria? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your predictions. Daniel Cormier, a well-known UFC commentator and former champion, has some thoughts about Islam Makhachev potentially biting off more than he can chew. Cormier believes that Makhachev might be underestimating the challenge of moving up in weight classes to face Dricus du Plessis. Islam currently competes at 155 pounds, but if he were to face du Plessis, who competes at 185 pounds, he would need to jump up 2 weight classes. Cormier pointed out that Makhachev's motivation for making the jump is his desire to become a 2-division champion, while avoiding a potential fight with his close friend Belal Muhammad, the reigning welterweight champion. This week, Islam and Dricus exchanged words, with Islam expressing his confidence in his ability to defeat du Plessis after analyzing his fighting style. In response, du Plessis wished Makhachev luck, but asserted that his size and strength would be too much for Islam to handle. Cormier, however, acknowledged that while Islam undergoes a significant weight cut to reach 155 pounds, he likely does not exceed 185 pounds outside of training camp. In contrast, he estimates that du Plessis walks around at 220 pounds, making the potential matchup physically demanding for Makhachev. We've seen him beat Strickland. We've seen him finish Robert Whittaker. At some point, we have to respect Dricus du Plessis, Cormier said. I think Islam respects him. I don't know that Islam would understand how hard it would be to fight a guy of that size. I think this guy might weigh 220 pounds when he's not making weight. You know, many people talk about the amount of weight that the Russians cut, and Islam cuts weight to make 155, but I don't know that even on his heaviest days he weighs 185 pounds. Now, I'm not saying that I don't think that he can do it. I just think that it's much harder than I think anyone understands to go up 2 weight classes. Cormier continued. Pereira did it at 185 to 205, but even the fact that we talk about him going up to heavyweight is kind of crazy. Now, I get it. He has skills, but that would be very, very tough, and I believe he can do anything. You guys know how much I respect Makhachev, and I think he can do anything that he sets his mind to, but that ask is so big because, again, Dricus has to weigh 215, 220 pounds. Dricus could never make lightweight. Never. I don't know the last time he weighed 155 pounds. Cormier summed it up by saying that even though Islam has an incredible skill set, moving up 2 weight classes could be much harder than anyone realizes, and it's a daunting task. Finally, 2 weeks ago, a video surfaced of Khamzat Chimaev training with one of the UFC's most respected coaches. This has sparked further speculation about what's next for the undefeated welterweight. Fans are eagerly awaiting news of Khamzat's next fight. He's been waiting for the chance to fight for the title, and many people are speculating that he could be next in line for a shot at the belt. If Khamzat's training sessions and his rise in the UFC are any indication, the future is looking very bright for the rising star. What do you think about Khabib's bodyguard's tragic murder? Is Khabib in danger because of this? And what do you think about Islam Makhachev's next fight? Also, who do you think will be Khamzat Chimaev's next opponent? Let us know in the comments below. We respect your opinion.